Hello, and welcome to Homeowner AF, the Canadian first-time homebuying podcast. I'm Brianna Goslin, mortgage agent level 2, and I work with Canadian first-time homebuyers every single day. If you want to own real estate in Canada but aren't sure how to position yourself to get there, this is the podcast for you. I want to see more young Canadians in the market, building equity and long-term wealth. That starts with getting the right advice at the right time, so you're positioned to act when it matters. Each week, I'll bring you bite-sized episodes that actually move the needle toward homeownership. Short, strategic, and packed with practical tips that you can use right away. I'll cover topics like minimum down payment, closing costs, credit, co-signers, and more. Remember, your finances are like a thumbprint. No two are the same. For advice tailored specifically to you, book your free call at briecallme.com. Now, let's get into it. Hello there, and welcome to Homeowner AF. If you've had the very common experience of being declined for your mortgage at a major Canadian bank, then this episode is for you. Today, I'm going to talk about the difference between working with a mortgage specialist at your trusted branch and working with an independent mortgage agent or broker. I'm also going to talk about why you may be declined at the bank, but approved in the broker channel, and what your best next step is if you've recently been declined or you've been turned away for your pre-approval from the bank. So let's get into it. First of all, I want to honor that when you get the gumption to walk into a bank branch where you've been banking for years and years, and likely your parents have thousands and thousands of dollars invested, and you answer some preliminary questions, have your credit pulled, talk about your employment and your down payment and your credit history with the mortgage specialist, and then you're told, no, nothing we can do for you. We cannot fund your mortgage. They may tell you why, they may not. But regardless, you are sent a packing, and that feeling is not good. Quite frankly, it sucks. So let's honor that. And it doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong. This is a big hurdle, a big mental hurdle that I see with a lot of my first-time homebuyer clients who have had this experience. They delay booking their discovery call with me because they think that they will have the same experience. And I think it's helpful to know what the role of your mortgage agent or broker is versus the role of somebody who is working at the bank and is a mortgage specialist. We all want you to succeed, of course. We want to see you in that home. And there are some different parameters that we both work under. So if you are going into your bank branch and you're talking with a mortgage specialist, they are matching you with their suite of products. They know their variable product, their fixed rate product, and likely they also have access to a product that is a HELOC product, so home equity line of credit, that is a blend of the two. All right, so they have those products in their back pocket, and they are asking you questions so that they can qualify you for this mortgage. And you have to fit into this box, into their lending guidelines. Now, these lending guidelines tend to be pretty strict. And unfortunately, if you don't fit within them, you can't get the home loan at the bank. And that's okay, but it is super discouraging. Now, think of the role of a mortgage agent or broker. What we're doing is we are taking a full assessment of your financial health. So asking 1,000,001 questions and asking for tons of documents before we tell you what you qualify for. Why? Because it's best to do a full holistic assessment of your finances, of how you're earning money, of your credit history, any liabilities that you're paying, so that we can for sure tell you how much you can afford and what loan you're going to qualify for. So first comes the assessment, then comes the plan. So we talk about timeline. Maybe there is something that you need to clean up in your application. Maybe you need to pay down some credit cards. Or maybe right now you're in a probationary period at your awesome new job and you have to wait 6 months before you start house hunting. So these are all things that are discussed and that we plan around, not as roadblocks, but as parts of the journey towards the home that you're going to buy right? So I think the perspective is a little bit different, where when you go into the bank, you need to be ready. You need to qualify and you need to fit their parameters right away. When you're coming to a mortgage broker or agent, you're kind of asking for a teammate, somebody who's going to help you plan, somebody who's going to listen to your big goals and make sure that the plan is engineered backwards so that we know where we're going and you know what you're spending, which is the big thing, right? So why would you be approved by a mortgage agent or broker but declined at the bank? This is a great question. So the first one, and is super common, is unconventional income or self-employment. Self-employed Canadians are unique, and so are their income structures. There are Canadian lenders who have seen this hole in the market and have created niche products just for self-employed Canadians, even first-time homebuyers who are self-employed. So this is a huge reason why people come to a broker or a mortgage agent first before the bank, because they know that they work with folks like them all the time. Another reason that I come across quite often is credit health. So if you have some damaged credit, if you've had some things happen in the past that have affected your credit, then there is a strong chance that the bank has said no. Now, that doesn't mean that I can automatically say yes, but it does mean that I can help you get your credit to a place where we can find a lender who says yes. And even better, get it to a place where you have access to the very best rates again because you've improved your credit health. That's a huge part of what I do and how I help my clients. So the third reason why you may experience a decline at the bank and then a successful mortgage application with a mortgage agent or broker is simply because you weren't asked enough questions or the right questions. There have been many instances where something simple like asking my clients if they receive the Canadian Child Benefit has turned their debt to income ratios usable, versus not being asked at the bank and they did not have enough income on file. Very small thing, but it makes a difference, right? So that being said, many reasons why you may need to work with a mortgage agent or broker. And in my opinion, you want to have all the answers up front. So I really think that that should be your first stop. And that brings me to my last point, is what to do if you have been declined. Firstly, do not go directly to another lender, because this is what happens. Your credit will be pulled again. And especially if the reason for the decline was that you do have some damaged credit, you do not want anybody else pulling your credit and then giving you another decline. What happens is with every subsequent credit pull, your credit score declines. So all that being said, you want to go directly to a trusted mortgage agent or broker who can see what's going on, why the decline has happened, give you a plan, and then help you execute the plan until you become a homeowner. Now, if this is you, if you're wondering what to do next, the best next step is to go to www.brecallme.com, book your discovery call. It's free, it's virtual. I can help you if you're anywhere in Ontario, and we will build a plan to get you to homeownership as soon as possible. And make sure that you're also in a loan that you can pay off easily that fits your lifestyle. That's the big goal. And if you're not ready for a discovery call, totally okay. Go ahead and click the link in my show notes to join my newsletter, and I will be in your inbox every month, highlighting the best episodes of the podcast and also giving you some tips and tricks to optimize your mortgage application and become a homeowner. I'll be in your earbuds next week. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for listening to Homeowner AF, the Canadian first-time homebuying podcast. You'll find links to everything I mentioned in today's episode in the show notes, along with details on how to connect with me. I welcome all of your first-time homebuying questions. Send me a voice note to have your question featured on air. And if you're ready to talk through specifics for your first home purchase, you can book a free call at brecallme.com. Remember, if home ownership is your goal, you could be closer than you think. You just need the right information to make the right move. I'll be back next week with another tidbit to help you get there.